Hello and welcome to the game number 2 of the finals of the World Cup. My name is GM Naiditsch, I'm a chess grandmaster, and let us check what happened in the game between VE and Sindarov. In the first game we saw a draw. VE tried to push a little bit even with a black color, but finally it ended up in a draw. Actually great preparation by both players in the game 1. Now we have game 2, and as you can see this game has already finished. Very short game, and it is a draw. So tomorrow we are going to see the tie breaks. It's going to be very exciting. My favorite is VE, but maybe Sindarov could surprise us. Let's see tomorrow. Today's game, it was a boring game. VE just wanted to make a draw, so he didn't want to risk today in the classical chess just a short draw. So we see again the 4 knights by VE, and knight d4 takes e5. So this line leads just to a forced draw. A bit surprising for VE not even to try to play for a win with the white pieces. Maybe he is feeling so confident and rapid, or maybe he's feeling tired. So one of these two is most probable. As you can see right here, straight to an equal endgame. Nothing is going on here. This is just a complete draw. c4, just to be sure that this is a draw. Yeah. And everything is equal, completely equal endgame. Material equal, there is nothing to play for. Bishop on g5, change, yes, and we can see that it's immediately just a draw. Both players spent 0 time. As you can see, both players was over 1 hour 30 on the clock, so this game just took 10 minutes of playtime. Yeah, what to say? VE goes for the tiebreak. It's of course his decision. We don't know how he feels. Maybe he's a bit tired. Maybe he thinks in tiebreak. Actually, this is where it's more easy to strike against Sindarov. In normal circumstances, VE for sure would play with white. So I saw very rare that VE tries to make a draw with white pieces. This is a rare case, but yes, a very boring game. So there is nothing even to discuss or to watch, because it's just a forced draw out of opening. What to do? So we have a short forced draw in the finals, VE against Sindarov. Tomorrow we are going to see the tiebreaks. So let's go for the fight between Yakoboyev and Yesipenko. Very important match. The winner is going to qualify for the candidates. So extremely important match for both of the players. The first game been won by Yesipenko yesterday. Nice game by Yesipenko, who managed to outplay Yakoboyev in an endgame. Now, what do we have? Yakoboyev in a must-win situation, and the current position, I think it looks just excellent for black. We have pawn down for black, but the pawn can be taken back. Bishop pair for black. The attack on the king side is not looking dangerous. So I think that black is just having a very nice position here. I would prefer to be black here. And Yesipenko just needs a draw. So the draw, he qualifies for the candidates. So close for Andrei Yesipenko to get the last spot in the candidates. Let's see what happens from move 1. So we have Yakoboyev with a move knight f3, d5, g3, and e6. Very safe setup for black. This is a typical Reti setup, and white can choose here many different continuations. We see the move c4, so Yakoboyev is trying to get this move d4 on the board, because it's one of the main moves, d4, but then we get very interesting positions. And Yesipenko just continues with a very dry move, short castle, so he's provoking Yakoboyev into playing the main Catalan by playing the move d4. The problem of the main Catalan is that we have very long forced lines, and in most of the lines it is just a draw. So, or you have some huge preparation with the white pieces on the Catalan, or you better don't play it. And Yakuboyev is playing the move d3, so no Catalan. Of course, d3, well, objectively speaking, white is not aiming for any kind of opening advantage, just a calm move, just to have a long game. We have Yesipenko playing instantly the move c5. It's quite interesting that Yesipenko is not going for the endgame. So it's possible as well to go for the endgame. This endgame is slightly better for white, but very, very slightly. So as well, a possible choice when you need to draw just to go for this endgame. We have the move c5, of course, very, very natural. Knight e5, so seems to be the preparation of Yakuboyev. He's playing very fast. Knight to e5 and a6 played as well very fast by Yesipenko. So Yesipenko knows this line very well. The idea of knight e5 is to get this f4 relatively fast, but personally I don't think it is a great line for white. Yes, it's possible to play this line knight to e5, but objectively speaking, black is perfectly okay there. So we have the move a6 and queen to b3. And Yakuboyev sought here for quite a lot of time, so 15 minutes of thinking. Then queen to b3, so he was not aware of the move a6. It looks like a6 is not dangerous. But on the other hand, what to play now with the white pieces? The moves of black are usually queen c7 or just knight bd7 with a change of the strong knight on e5. For white, it's possible to go like f4 now, but to go instantly f4 is looking a bit strange. So it feels like it is too early for the move f4. And the move a6 later can be very useful because black might be able to play the move b5. So not a bad move a6, and obviously it is a preparation by Yesipenko. So with white, not so easy to react against it. Yakuboyev sought for a little bit and played the move queen to b3. Queen b3 is making sense because pressure on the d5, so maybe knight c3 is possible, knight a4 then, b6 square is weak. The problem with the move queen to b3 is that black plays instantly the move bishop d6, and that is what we see after 10 minutes of thinking by Yesipenko. The knight is under attack, so white proceeds with a normal f4 because otherwise the move knight e5 made just no sense. The knight has to be protected. And black plays the very calm queen c7. Now it's so useful to have the move a6 on the board because there is no knight c3, knight to b5. So how to defend the knight on e5? Because black is just gonna take on e5. Yakuboyev thinking long time again and taking on d5. Black takes back. Yakuboyev is winning the pawn on d5. Take, take, and b5. Quite a nice move by black actually. B5 looks very, very good. Maybe Yakuboyev has missed the move b5. Hard to say if he saw it or he missed it, but in any case, I think b5 is not the only option for black to get a very good compensation. Black is pawn down, but take a look at this white squares here. So bishop is just so good on c8. It has a lot of options. I don't think that white is aiming to get a better position. So maybe Yakuboyev should have done something else because it just doesn't look like you're playing for a win here. Even though pawn up, yes, theoretical chances in case white manages to defend from everything, then pawn up is a pawn up, but it's just so difficult to defend from everything. In any case, we have the move b5. Beautiful move. So let's check what happened in case of queen a8. Let's say we play the move bishop b7, queen goes to a7. It feels like the queen is trapped, but how to trap the white queen? And here we have actually few options of trapping the queen. Maybe the most simple option looks like it is to be knight c6, very straight. So we want to get the queen. Takes, we take with the queen. We want to give a mate. So white has to defend from the mate. Let's say it is e4, and then we go bishop e8. So queen has no moves, and black is simply having a winning position. Quite a nice trap. Obviously, Yakuboyev doesn't fall for it, so he goes knight f3 back, bishop b7, and queen f5. So What can we say here? I think black is spawned down, but so nice position of the black bishops is giving black excellent play. I cannot imagine that white is doing better here. I would prefer much more to be black here, because it feels just so good with a bishop on b7. What a bishop. So yeah, it seems like the opening stage has been won by Yesipenko. Much better position. Knight to d7, normal development. We have the move e4. White is trying to push a little bit in the center. Also normal play by white. And here we go, the move c4. Yeah, strong move c4. This is looking very, very good. Black is trying to make weaknesses on the light square. So, for example, in case white would proceed with the move d4, yes, we have immediately the move g6, I think, and black is just winning the pawn on e4, so there is no d4. And in case of something like e5, black again has multiple ways of proceeding, but I think the easiest is just to give a check. And what a bishop on b7, this is a beast. So first of all, black is probably winning the material straight away because there is no d4. We can just take on f3, and next the pawn on d4 is going to fall. But even if we don't take on f3, look at this bishop on b7. What a bishop. So it's a nice position for black in any case. That's why we have the move bishop e3 played by Yakuboyev. The idea probably, in case black takes on d3, the idea is to go like knight bd2, so trying to consolidate with the white, but is it a play for a win? I believe this is still a better position for black. Black has calm options and aggressive options. In case you just need a draw, then why not to go for something calm like bishop c5. Let's change. Bishop takes c5, we're gonna take with a queen. White takes, we're gonna take back. Now the material is equal. I believe it's slightly better endgame for black, but all Yesipenko needs is just a draw, so maybe black can play for a win, but draw is needed, so it should be quite easy actually to achieve the draw in the current endgame for black, so it would be enough to qualify for the candidates. So I guess black is so close. So close to qualify for the candidates. It looks like a very nice position for black. Yesipenko is currently thinking, so probably he's considering to take, maybe first to play a move like g6. Could be useful to play g6 as well. Maybe there is something tricky. Maybe we can try to catch the queen, or maybe we can try to play the move knight c5, which also looks very, very good. After knight to c5, now we want to go knight takes d3. So is there some tactic by white? I don't think so, because knight to g5, we just can play the move g6, queen h3, trying to get the h7 pawn, and f6 is looking very solid. So queen is now protecting the h7 pawn. White knight has to go to e6. I don't think there is something else, because just to go back, this must be much better for black. Much better. Monster on b7. So yes, in case of knight to e6, black has so many options now, but the simplest one is maybe just to take it. Queen takes, and for example we go king to g7 or king h8. I don't know where it's better to move the king. Let's say king to g7. Next move is bringing the last piece into the game. Then we're gonna take on d3. It looks like the position of white is just falling apart. So again, in my opinion, black is doing better. So let's see. Yesipenko with 53 minutes on the clock. Yakuboyev with 50 minutes. Both players enough time. It's interesting if Yesipenko just is gonna take on d3, or we're gonna see the move knight c5 as well. Maybe there is something else, but these two options are looking to be the most logical to me. Why to risk? Why to search for something special when you have two easy options, which are leading to quite a nice position for black? So there is no need for something special. When you have two safe decisions, this safe decisions gives you quite a good result. Way to search for something else. Yes, you are most welcome. Thank you for the nice comment in the chat. In case you have some questions, of course, please do write them in the chat. I will try to answer. So what can we do with white here to try to avoid after, let's say, knight c5? Is there a chance to play for a win with the white pieces? It must be something special, but usually good things are not happening when you have like rook a1 and knight to b1. Everything is so badly developed, so I have no idea how to try to play for a win with the white pieces. It should be something connected to knight g5, but what could it be? Very difficult to say how white is capable of even trying to do something dangerous. We have the g6 defense. We have as well bishop c8 in case we need to. We can add this move bishop c8 in the right moment. Of course, there is no reason to do it instantly, but let's say if we have something special going on, we have the bishop c8 option to defend in case white is gonna play knight c3. So developing move. Now we can take the pawn on d3, I guess, and I don't see why white is doing better here. It's just, I think, a great position for black. Maybe some complications could arise after knight g5, g6, queen h3, so still white is trying to aim for that. In case of h5, I think it's also possible to play the move h5, but it looks a bit tricky because now some g4 things start. I guess these complications should be good for black, but sometimes when you just need to draw, you don't like to complicate the position so much, so you're aiming for more simple solutions. So for example, the move f6 is looking much more simple, and now knight e6 only. And black has a couple of options, so we can move the queen to c8, to d7, and as well there is a move bishop c8. I don't know what is the best defense for black. Maybe just a force line, bishop d7. Let's check if it works. Knight takes c7, we take on h3, knight takes a8, and we're gonna take the rook on f1. So after all these exchanges, how should we evaluate the position? Or white can do something instant, or just a very good position for black, because let's say simple move, rook f1, rook takes a8. It's just better for black. We have this great knight on d3, and with white, doesn't look like you have any sort of compensation for the great knight on d3. Yes, it's maybe possible to hold this position with the white pieces, but you can never play for a win. And here, if the knight goes to b6, so we just move the bishop back to h3. We cover as well the square on d7. White might put the knight to a nice position like to d5, but also after knight to d5, it doesn't look like white is aiming for doing better here. I think to be equal with the white pieces, this is all you can do, and objectively speaking, it should be still better for black. So I think not easy, not so easy. Bishop e3, Yesipenko is still in deep thoughts. Knight c5 or c takes d3. Let's check now the move c takes d3. So the idea is bishop c5. How can white avoid that? Maybe by playing rook to c1, but well, we can play a lot of different safe moves. Let's say queen to d8, very, very safe. Still bishop pair for black. Still we have this very strong bishop on b7. Very difficult position for Yakoboyev because he needs a win, and to try to get the pawn on d3, maybe it's a choice, but then the pawn on e4 is going to be weak. So for example, rook to d1, trying to win the pawn on d3. Now black can simply attack the pawn on e4. We have different ways of doing that, but maybe let's say queen e7. And again, not so easy to play this position with white. I believe in normal circumstances, Yesipenko would just play for a win with the black pieces. He needs a draw, so draw is enough. But let's say if it would be the first game of the candidates, I'm sure that he will play for a win with the black pieces, because it feels like black should be doing very, very well here. Let's see what is gonna happen next. CD, knight to c5. Can we do something else with the black pieces? Maybe there's something connected to knight f6, but this needs to be very well calculated because we have the option of playing e5. So after e5, now bishop c5 is possible, but all that is looking a little bit complex. I don't know, because it's quite risky. Pieces hanging, pieces hanging. I don't think that black needs this kind of action, because black can simply equalize with very simple moves. Still, maybe eventually it is possible to play like this with black, but personally I would never do that, because it feels risky, like white to risk so much, and maybe just bishop takes c5 and d4, for example, could be very good for white now. Queen d5 is on the move, knight to c3, again attacking the queen on d5. So we have to go back already like d7, but then yes, white is just a pawn up, so black should not do that. No reason for knight f6. When you have two very simple options of c takes d3 and the move knight to c5, so white to search for something better when you have two nice options. Let's see what Yesipenko is going to choose. Maybe there is actually a third option. It is to play g6 immediately. So let's say queen goes back to h3 and to try to play f5. So we try to make the bishop even better on b7. Yes, this can be played by black. This is also looking very interesting. Something like knight d4 with the idea knight e6 could be easily countered by rook e8. And the black pieces are just so beautifully positioned. I believe again it's only black who can play here for a win. In case knight goes to g5, so white is hoping to take the pawn on h7. I think black has a couple of moves because we have the queen defending the pawn h7, so let's search for a good spot to go with a knight. Maybe knight c5 looks pretty decent. The knight cannot be taken because we take back with a check. With white, what can we do here? Maybe try something like e5, because currently the bishop e7 move is not possible. But black should aim now maybe for the move queen c6 with this very powerful mating idea, but on the other hand, maybe not so easy. Maybe this is not so easy, because we have to defend first the pawn on h7, and how to defend the pawn. Maybe there's no easy way of defense. Yes, this is not so simple, so maybe knight to g5 is an option. I don't know. Still, it looks like black should be fine here, but it's a mess, and black should not go for a mess. Yeah, there is no reason to go for something like that. Maybe h5 is okay, because maybe black is actually still having a good position, even if sacrificing the exchange, but why to do that? This is looking too tricky. So I think there is no reason to go for something like that. Let's see what we're gonna see. Yesipenko already, he's thinking already for almost 20 minutes, so he's not so sure if he should take or to play knight c5. Knight c5 maybe as well. There is something else I'm commenting without an engine, so I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. Let's see what we're gonna see next. Yesipenko yesterday showed great calculational skills, so very precise in calculation. Maybe there is something better than the simple cd and knight to c5. Let's see what happens next. Maybe he's thinking, should I just play a move like h6, just to avoid all this tricky knight to g5 in the future. Simple move h6, very safe, and then let's see what happens next. Yes, it could be as well quite an interesting option for black, but I don't know. If knight c5 works, you just play knight to c5. If something works, it just works, so why not to play it? Yes, knight c5 been played by Yesipenko, so exactly as we thought, or cd or knight to c5, 20 minutes of thinking by Yesipenko, and we see the move knight to c5 finally been made. I guess he took his time to calculate the move knight to g5, because what else can be played by Yakuboyev? To take the knight, this is always horrible, so white should never take the knight. The next move of black is just knight takes d3. So black is aiming to take the pawn back, and obviously it was a better position for black. White has to do something. So this something can be knight to g5, because what else? Let's double check the line. g6, queen h3, pawn h7 is hanging. We go with the move f6, so now the queen defends the pawn h7. White to play. What can be played by white? If bishop takes c5, check. black is winning the knight, so doesn't work. Knight e6 only, because I don't see something else. I don't know. I don't think there is something else. So white has to play the move knight to e6. Now black has a couple of options. So we have the option, for example, queen d7, make use out of the spin. But I am not sure that black needs to do that. So let's calculate first something very simple. We're gonna take on e6, queen takes, and just go to a safe position on h8. The next move of black is the move rook e8. So again, white has to find something immediate. Otherwise, black is doing much better. So knight b1 out of the game, rook a1 out of the game. So white has very limited resources to find something special. It could be eventually only the move bishop d4, because otherwise I don't see how white can even create a threat. But after the move bishop d4, we have simple solution with the move bishop c5, and again black is doing much better. So I don't know. I don't know what Yakoboyev is planning to do next. After the move knight to c5, we see that knight g5 is not working yet. So it could be, I think, only the move knight to c3, because there is nothing left. What else? If we don't play the move knight to c3, what else can we do with the white pieces? To play like move like e5, this is just looking horrible. Black just goes back, and take a look at this bishop. So this is a very bad position for white, in my opinion. So knight g5 doesn't work, e5 makes no sense, to take on c5 makes no sense, to go d4 not possible because my e4 is hanging. I think there is just knight to c3. There is nothing else. And after the move knight to c3, yes, black can include moves like bishop c8, etc. But why not just to take on d3? Still, the move knight g5 is possible, so this is like the only continuation that must be again calculated. So let's see, knight to g5, g6, queen h3, still the same idea. Now we go with the move f6. There is a check with the queen on e6, but what is the idea of the check? Black king just goes to the corner, and that's it. There is a little trick like knight to h7, but also this is just a one move trick, which I think is not working. The hope for white is if queen takes, then we have this check on e6, and then we're gonna take the bishop on d6. Even this position is, I think, perfectly okay for black, so we can just play queen f7, take, get the rook into the game, then we play the move b4. So even here, white is probably doing worse. So this is not working, and of course black can just play the move rook e6 now and try to win the knight. So knight e6 only. There is nothing else. Now fourth line, bishop c8. So we have this pin. What to do with the white pieces? If you do nothing, then I have the queen f7. So even more pressure. If white plays something like f5, can this position be better for white? I cannot imagine that. Maybe black has something special, but why not just to take the knight on e6, and let's say we change the bishop next? How this position can be better for white? I think it's just better for black, because weak pawn on e6, weak pawn on e4, we have the monster knight on d3. There is rook a e8 coming next. I don't know. I think to make a draw here with the white pieces would be a very big achievement, because the position is just looking bad. This is just a bad position, so as well here to play for a win with the white pieces, I don't think so. So f6, let's double check again, knight e6, bishop c8, we take on c7, black is taking on h3. Knight is under attack, so knight has to take the rook, and black is taking the rook on f1. What could be the next move of Yakoboyev here? If knight goes back, we go back. Black bishop pair plus very good knight on d3 in an endgame. Black is obviously doing better. If white takes on f1, we're gonna take as well as knight. And we have an endgame, which once again is just better for black, because I don't see how white can even hope for making even a fast draw. It looks like just worse for white, and that's it. Slightly worse endgame, yeah, some chances to make a draw with white pieces, but Yakuboyev needs a win. To make a draw is not enough for white. Yakuboyev has lost the first game, so he needs to find something here to play for a win with white, but how to do that? In chess, we don't have some kind of miracle pieces appearing somewhere, not even once per game. So you need a magic trick here to pull something off, because if with the normal moves, I don't think that Yakuboyev is having any kind of chances. I think that black is just doing better and white needs a win. So a horrible situation for Yakuboyev. Draw is just the same as to lose a game. Draw or lose, it is similar. Yesipenko, so close to get to the candidates. So close. Can you imagine how much pressure is now on both of the players? Both of the players completely focused. Both of the players as well very tired after staying 1 month in India, and a lot of players been complaining that once again the tournament been horribly organized, which is very typical for FIDE events. Most of the FIDE events are very badly organized. So you stay 1 month in a place which you dislike, fight every day. It's just so hard. So both players are exhausted. That's why not easy to play here, and Yesipenko is for sure, he feels he is 1 step away from the candidates. 1 more step and the candidates are there. So the excitement is so high. Yeah. All right, so till Yakuboyev is thinking, because I guess he's gonna think for a long time. He has to find something. It doesn't feel like white is capable of doing any kind of trick, so he's gonna take his time, because if he takes now a bad decision, then that's it. There will be just no game, because I guess white is gonna be much worse. Maybe he's gonna offer draw in a much worse position, and Yesipenko is in the candidates. Till Yakuboyev is thinking, maybe let us play a blitz game. So we spare this waiting time. Let's go. First game we play against a non-title player. That's pity, because to play title players is more funny usually. But alright, let's play the game. d4. The usual idea is to close with the move e4, f3. f3 is interesting. The idea of white obviously is to break this pawn chain, so let me take it. Oh, to take with a pawn is a bad decision, so this you should never do. To take with a pawn is bad, you must take with a knight. Now black is having very comfortable play here. It's more or less equal position, so not much is going on. Eventually knight f4 is coming, so we have to do something against... Actually, I should have played the move d5, yeah. This was not so great, but it's okay. We still have this solid setup. Just we must be careful a little bit with a square e6, but I guess I should be able to hold it. It's not looking like it's super dangerous. White also is playing quite positional chess. Alright, so let's go with the move. I don't know if I should play the move a5, or I should go maybe immediately with the move c6, just to take, to get some counterplay. So let's see if we can get some counterplay, because I have nice domination on the e file, and can I do something with it? So where to put the black knight? Let's put the knight to e5. It looks like a decent square, so we put the knight to e5, looks nice, and then we put the bishop to d7. All is pretty safe. Not much is going on at the current moment, so we have like a sort of positional game. Let's go queen to b6, should be okay, and maybe something like a5, because I don't see the threat of white. Maybe there is a threat and I'm missing it, but I don't see what white can do. Just we have to play way faster. So the usual problem that I'm playing way too slow because of commenting, and then I will have no time to do something when it comes to do something. So let's play knight f7. White is doing a little better here, and we have opponent who plays also extremely fast for the moment. I don't know how he can be that fast. So let's see if he proceeds to be as fast as he currently is. Knight a4. Okay, the knight we have to take. We don't have something better, and we have the knight under attack, so let's go back to d7. We might be able to play the move knight to c5. Of course, black is defending. This is obvious, so we have to be careful here. Monster knight on e6. White is doing better. But maybe we're able to defend the position. Let's see. So, queen to d3, but he plays just the best moves all the time. I don't know. Very, very strange that our opponent is just doing the best moves all the time. So, take. Still, it is a fight, so the game is not over, but yes, black is under pressure. Black is under pressure. Can we survive here? Let's see. Now we recovered a little bit. By the time, of course, I should have played way faster, but still, maybe we can fight here. Okay, let's take. Let's put the knight to d6. Should be not a bad idea to have this beautiful knight, and let's push now the pawns. So maybe we're fast enough here with b5, b4, because white is gonna be under pressure when my pawns start to roll. Of course, it is a dangerous position still for black, because bishop pair, my king is not that safe, so white is probably still doing better, but maybe we still can push the pawn. So let's see. Let's see if we get the c4, c3, then I think it's gonna be a fight. He wants to go f6. Yes, this is nasty, so we have to react against it. Is there a way to play knight c4? Because I want to get knight to d2 in case I can. The things are getting here like crazy, so let's go knight to d2. I think we should be able to take the exchange. Yes, we did it. And what should we do next? What should we do next? Because there is this f6 coming quite unpleasant, actually, the move f6. How can I defend from it? Not so easy to defend from. Maybe something like bringing the rook, but there is a move d6. So still, position is remaining crazy. I don't know who is better here. Okay, let's take the pawn because... Oh, this was bad. Why I did this? Why I did this? I should not have done it. This was bad, but maybe still it's a big fight. Let's see. Let's see what happens next. So he takes, and can I save the rook somehow? No, I cannot. I cannot save the rook, so I'm losing the game because there is no saver. And yeah, this is gonna be a loss. This is gonna be a loss, but what can I do? What can I do? I played way too slow. Once again, I should have played much faster, but just too slow. Just way too slow. Too slow. Now I have the queen, but way too slow, so I should play faster in the beginning, otherwise I have no chance after, because the players are playing way faster than me. So I should talk less at the beginning and play much faster. Then things are better. So not so much of commenting in the beginning, because otherwise I just lose on time. Okay, so we have next opponent. Once again, it is not a title player, but maybe it's a decent player. Let's see. Usually when we don't play a title player, in most of the cases, this is someone that is just very fast and very tricky. It would be great again to face some title players, because then the game is just much higher quality. When we're facing non-title players, usually these are players that are just extremely fast with the mouse. Very fast, so they try to play very fast, not the best moves, but just a random fast move, and this is like the strategy of them. So for example, rook to b8, what's the sense of that? It makes just absolutely no sense to play rook to b8, because the rook is standing very poorly on b8. But okay, a5 also. I have no idea what is the sense of what my opponent is doing here. It makes actually no sense. Also a5 is like, where do you go? The king is on e8, queen a7. Like, what is that? Horrible play. This is just a horrible play by my opponent because it makes absolutely no sense. Okay, let's go queen to g5. So we have this idea of playing knight to d5 or e5 next, and then we're gonna just sacrifice and mate the king on e8. So from a very, very normal position, now currently I should be already much better with the white pieces. And in the beginning it was just completely fine for black, because with black rook b8, queen a7, a5, it was just a horrible play. There's you cannot call it differently, just a bad play. That's why I would advise you to rather take your time, don't rush so much in the opening. Couple of ideas would be better than just a very fast and random player. Okay, what can we do here with the white pieces? This is good. This is good. Can I sacrifice a piece? I'm not sure I can, but it would be very funny actually here to sacrifice a piece, but doesn't look like I should be doing it. So let's go with a safe move, knight e2. Very safe, so we take out the strong piece of black on d4. Hello to the chat. Welcome everyone. After this game, we're going back to take a look at the game of Yesipenko and Yakuboyev. So I just play a couple of games between the moves of the players, so we don't have to watch for a long time the same position. So he takes, I take, now g7 hanging, d6 is hanging, a4, yeah. This is of course not dangerous. Should we sacrifice an exchange just for fun, or should we play the safe way? In both cases, white is having excellent position, but let's sacrifice just to have a funny game. Just for fun. Objectively speaking, I don't think I should do things like that because there is no reason for it, but just to have a funny game, we can play something like it. Okay, so let's move the knight to f4 and then let's get the rook to g1 and then let's try to mate opponent. Queen to b6. Okay, quite a good move, quite a good defense play by black. Okay, let's go queen to d3. Maybe we get the queen to c4, or we don't get the queen to c4. I don't know, maybe I should not have given this exchange, but all right, it's quite funny. So we play to enjoy some chess. Rook g1, pressure, pressure. He is not scared. Well, okay, so if he's not scared, now rook takes g7 is coming next. Is there a defense for black from rook takes g7? Okay, so now we have the monster knight and the 4 is coming next. And again, he plays so fast, so all those people, they try to win on time against me because they feel that I'm very slow. So they try to win on time. Of course, position of white is just winning here, so could have won already with knight c7, yeah. But okay, still, it's a very, very good position for white. So I should be doing very well. I don't know, should I just take it or... No, but okay, to give a check just feels so good. And okay, let's take here. We have the knight g6 coming next, or can I give a mate, by the way? Is it not a mate if I just take it? And oh, he plays here. I thought he needs to go to different square. This was bad. Yeah, I should have not done it. Still completely winning for me, but it's a fight now, and of course I should not have got the game into a fight. Okay, now it's no fight, but he's gonna try to flag me, so okay, now probably he still wants to flag me. Nice. Wow. I should not have done that. I mean, what a disgusting guy. Way to play with a rook down just for nothing. I mean, Okay, we should be... Oh, just in time. And okay, obviously we are just gonna block this guy because such an unpleasant guy. Makes no sense to play him. How to block him, yeah. Let's block him, bam. So we never face again this kind of player. Makes no sense to play him. I mean, very poor player and who is just pushing the button, so it makes even no great fun to play him because the level of the games are just too low. Okay, let's go back to check what happened in the game of Yesipenko, and yes, we see some changes. Knight c5, e5 played by Yakoboyev. Wow, e5, so he resigns on all the light squares. Takes on c4, black takes on c4. I think also here many options already for black to take, of course, as a good decision. Very safe play, but I think black had as well many other options. It looks just so bad for white. This bishop on b7, I mean, position of white, knight to d2. Okay, Yakoboyev is trying just to play on, but position is just so bad. This is just a very bad position for the white color. Pawn up, but the bishop on b7, bishop pair, and the king on g1 long term is going to be under fire. So I think Yesipenko is feeling now very comfortable. There is no knight g5 idea because we can just take the knight in case we want. Still, knight to d3 is looking powerful. Knight e6 as well is looking very, very nice. Black can include somewhere the move g6, but I'm not sure that this is needed. But it's also good to play g6 first. I think that black has absolutely no chances of being worse here. Black is better, and it is a very safe better position. So this is what is the most important. Yesipenko doesn't want to get into some kind of tricky stuff because it's possible to blunder something eventually. But in case the position is very, very safe, then you feel very confident. Still 44 minutes on the clock of Yesipenko, and we have 28 minutes for Yakoboyev. Currently move 19, so black is doing well with the time. There is absolutely no time pressure. Personally, I think the match is over because I think the chances of white to get back in this game are just so little. Bishop on b7 guarantees that black is having beautiful position. It doesn't matter what you change except the bishop on b7. Black is having extremely good play. So how to play for a win, something like that. So eventually Yakoboyev will try to play moves like b3, but all of this is just a one move trap. I believe black can answer with a move g6, queen h3, and for example now c3 is possible. So first c3 we cannot because the knight is hanging. Even this position is not better for white, so even a blunder would be still okay for black because of the monster bishop on b7. But of course, why should we blunder? g6 first and then c3. So b3 makes no sense. I don't know what to do for white here. It looks just like to survive here would be excellent result for white. But to play for a win, how to play here for a win? Maybe some of you have some ideas in the chat. If you have some ideas in the chat, please write them down. But I don't see how to play here for a win with the white pieces. Really? No idea. We see the move h4 been played by Yakoboyev. What is this? h4? Wow. Okay. I don't know what to say because h4 is, yeah. You can play h4 or you can play a4. I think the strength of the moves is approximately similar. The idea of h4 is to hide on h2, so white is sort of trying to survive, not to lose instantly. But this is not a play for a win. And again, white has to win the game. I think it's just over. There are no chances. Personally, with the black pieces, I would do something like g6 now, because the queen cannot go to e4. Sorry, wrong arrow. So cannot go to e4, so the queen has to go like h3. I like to call it that the queen is visiting the bathroom now. So queen is completely out of the game. Two very strong bishops, especially the bishop b7. We can take the pawn on b2, but there is no reason to take the pawn on b2. I think the black has better options than to win pawns, but of course to win a pawn, not a bad idea. We can play as well moves like bishop c5. White has to take it, we take it back. Now check, king h2 is like only. Knight to f2 eventually. Now queen to g2 like only. Maybe there is some move like queen d7 as well, but it feels so dangerous now with the king here. I don't know, maybe queen d7 actually is possible. Try to survive with the white pieces, but also here we just give a check and so bad. So I don't know, it feels just like a very bad position for white. Very, very bad, yeah. In my opinion, Yesipenko is gonna take now a little bit of time, because the next move might just decide the game. So if Yesipenko finds now very precise way just to finish the game is done. So he has still 40 minutes on the clock, so a lot of time. He can stay calm, he can conclude this is the best or this is the best. So here probably white is gonna have 0 chances to win, so I'm very, very safe. He wants to find a medium solution between playing, of course, decent moves and without risking too much. There is no reason to risk anything with black here. As well, I believe that it's always good to put the rook to d8. Rook very powerful on d8. It's good to have the rook on d8. For sure, not a bad move, so let's bring some extra piece into the game. But to play g6 as well is looking just so good. White queen on h3. What a position for the white queen. Eventually, there is some move like h5, but as well after h5, what is the next move? So black is having a beautiful position here. Absolutely beautiful. Please tell me your opinion in the chat. Which move would you play now with the black pieces? My personal candidate is maybe rook a8 or just to take on b2, but I don't know. By feeling, I would just play rook a8. It's so good to bring the extra piece into the game. It's never a bad idea to play moves like rook a8. And yeah, I think the white's position should just fall apart in a couple of moves. Rook a8 and let's say we play it. Then we have the bishop c5 option now getting stronger, because big pressure on the d file. We can take on b2 in case we want, but there is no reason to take it immediately. We can do it later. I think, yeah, rook a8, it just no chances. No chances at the moment for Yakuboyev to be back in the match. It seems like the game is going to be at least a draw for the black player, Yesipenko, which would give him the entry, the last spot in the candidates. So huge achievement to get into candidates. Would be amazing. Okay, till we are waiting for Yesipenko to do something, let's play maybe another blitz game. So then it's not so boring to wait this kind of 10 minutes for the next move, because just to wait, of course, is sometimes a bit boring. All right, let's see who is going to be our next opponent. And once again, we are not facing a title player. It seems like so few title players on Lichess, or maybe not at this time of the day. So okay, now we have something solid here. I think it's also solid for black, so these positions are approximately equal, I would say. Castle, castle, all is pretty normal, and as well d6, quite a good play by black. Very, very normal. All is standard. So can we take the bishop? Yes, because b7 was hanging, but knight c6 for the moment. Good play by my opponent, playing a very nice game. And let's go bishop e3. So we have these positions with a bishop pair for white. On the other hand, yes, black is going to be a pawn up, but let's see if we have compensation for it. Usually we should. Strong bishop on b3. Also some options of knight d5, knight to b5. I guess we should be good enough to have some play. So let's try with a move knight to b5, just attack the queen as well. We have this knight a7 somewhere. But I have to play again faster because I'm very slow, and then we are getting crushed when it comes to little time. So many times we got crushed already, so let's see if maybe I can play a bit faster and still talk. It's difficult for me. Ooh, I should maybe not have given the pawn, but maybe we have something tricky here. So let's see if we can find something tricky. So let me try maybe to play the move bishop e5. Does it work? I don't know. Maybe let's go with a move h4 h5. I think I should not have given this pawn, but I don't know, not sure. Bishop f6. Okay, let's go h5, trying to get some compensation. Move like queen h3. So now we want to take and get something to h6. Queen c8. He's not scared. He is not scared. Why is he not scared? Let's go with the move. Does it work to play g4? Knight to e5. hg. I don't know. Maybe it does not work, so we have to play like queen to h2. Now knight a7 might work somewhere, but I think we should have something better. Let's take, because now he has... Wow, he gives us the exchange. This is surprising. So I would not have done it in his case, because it doesn't feel so good to give exchange for nothing. Let's go queen h6. Because I thought he can go king g7, but maybe actually I should not have done it as well. But okay, let's see. Knight, no, blundering knight in one move. What is this? What is this? Horrible. This was horrible. Just giving a knight in one move. Phew. Yeah, I should not talk so much. You are getting punished in chess when you talk. That's why talk is forbidden during the game. Of course, just exchange up. Such a nice position we had, and then yeah, I should not talk. Now it's gonna be very, very bad. So obviously completely lost position for white. Let's see if actually we will get some chances, but I guess no, because it feels like to be just completely lost. Okay, I have to take. I don't have something better. Knight is hanging. Where does the knight go? Okay, so probably he's gonna take. I'm gonna take back, or he's gonna do something else. Let's see. Bishop f6. Okay, he gives us more material. I don't know why he does it, because why to give away something with the black pieces? No reason at all to do that. And maybe can we take it on b6? So eventually, slowly, we are getting some slight chances here. Still, the position is lost, but oh, he changes. Okay, now maybe we have some chances. Small, but chances. Objectively speaking, it is a lost position. This is for sure. So can we do something? Maybe f3 to check where does the knight go. And can we catch the knight? No, we cannot. So this is completely lost, yeah. This is just a completely lost position. No chances here. Okay, let's see if we get some little chances. I don't think we will, but the hopes are very, very limited in this position, because it just there is nothing I can do here. He just keeps on walking, and there is nothing that I can do. So all I can do is just keep on waiting here. I'm just keep on waiting, because there is nothing I can do. Oh, I gave a pawn for nothing. Okay. So it's gonna be very difficult. I cannot do much here. I can only hope for some kind of stalemate or something like that, but there is no stalemate, so how can I play here? I don't know. Oh, wow, we won on time. Ooh, usually I'm always losing on time, and this time we won on time. What a luck. What a luck, because of course completely undeserved. Yes, this was really poor play by me, and usually I'm always losing on time, but this game, yeah, very lucky. Lucky win, what to say. But okay, I lost already so many games, so at least I can win one. And actually I had 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 on the clock, and then just some 8 or something, I don't know. So this was funny. Okay, bishop d7, next is a5, a4. I don't know why he gave me just the pawn on e4. This was weird. So bishop c6, defending the pawn on e4. In case he takes, I'm gonna take on c3, long castle. Wow, this is very, very dangerous play with the white pieces. He wants to win pawn back. I think I can just keep it by playing knight f6. So black is better. The question is how much better? I don't know how much better, but it is for sure better. So so many good moves. Okay, let's go queen d5. So we have this kind of little attack on the pawn on a2, defending same time the pawn on e4. Okay, let's give a check and let's take on g2. The game is basically over. All I need to do is to be careful. So let me attack the pawn. Pawn on e3. In case the pawn is falling, the game is done. Let me bring the piece into the game. So of course, position of black is close to be winning. We can keep the king in the center. No reason to move the king, and maybe to play e5. So time to make some explosion. Bishop d7. Bishop is taking the bishop g4 square. Nice square. So should I maybe c6 just to crush completely the white's position. C6 was by far not a must, but looks pretty decent. I think in case he takes, I can give a check. Is it not a win? I give a check and then I have bishop g5 as thought. Yes, looks good because the rook has no squares to go. So yeah, this game is done. This game is over. That's it. No, that's not it, because he keeps on fighting. Okay, let's go just back with the bishop. The rook is still under attack. And yeah, there is no defense. So it's not like you're losing an exchange, you just lose a full rook. Okay, that's it. Let's come back to the broadcast. Maybe Yakoboyev or Isipenko. Some moves been made. And indeed we have rook 88. So we thought correctly. Rook 88 played by Yesipenko feels very good to make this move. And rook b1 by Yakoboyev. I mean, look at this desperation to play h4 followed by rook a b1. Well, yeah, this is a game over. This is a complete game over. Yesipenko was 30 minutes on the clock, so I think he is now calculating some winning line probably for black. There should be something that wins the game already with a rook on d8. It just feels so good. Yeah, bishop c5. So he goes for the straight win. And probably we're going to see bishop takes, queen takes. So check where to go. King h2, only move to make. And here we have many options for black, but queen e3 is just looking so powerful. The queen is getting to e2, to the second rank, and the rook on d8 is going to support all the knight moves from d3, because the knight on d2 is going to fall. I'm even not talking about moves like knight takes b2, which are possible in a lot of different situations, because next is coming to move c3. So it is game over, I think. I think it is just game over. So it's not even going to be a draw. It's going to be just 0-1, because it will be too late to offer a draw. I think even if Yakuboyev offers a draw, maybe still Yesipenko would accept the draw in the current circumstances, because okay, he doesn't care about 5 elo points to get to the candidates. It's much more important, but a couple of more moves and it will be just too late even to offer a draw with the white pieces. So yes, but what a desperation by white. H4. I mean, when you see moves like H4, you're thinking, well, yeah, my opponent is just desperate. Rook d8, bringing the piece into the game. Rook to b1. Now we have the move bishop c5, and it seems to be over. So the match seems to be over. Yesipenko is so close to qualify for the candidates. Couple of more moves. So to take is forced. King h2 forced. Now queen e3. How to keep the things together here with the white pieces? So it's a difficult task. Maybe it is impossible task. Still, moves like knight g5 never work, because we can take, for example, with a check and there's a defense g6. I have no idea how to play here with the white pieces. The next move of black, maybe take, maybe knight f2, maybe queen to e2. So all of that is looking deadly. Is there a way to defend from it? I don't see it. Maybe there is something, but I cannot imagine actually that white is capable to surviving even the next 5 moves in this kind of position. Because knight takes c4 never works. We give a check on the second rank, then we're gonna take the knight on f3. So obviously this is not working. So what can we do with the white pieces here? And in the game, actually, we see the yeah, it did happen in the game. Just let me refresh, or it's just my analysis. No, this is what happened in the game. Yeah, of course, why not? So natural play by Yesipenko. Still 31 minutes on the clock, so a lot of time for Yesipenko. This is very important that he is not under time pressure, because when you are under time pressure, you might miss something. But with 31 minutes, you have all the time in the world to be relaxed, to be very focused, to gather your thoughts, and yes. I don't know what is the next move of Yakuboyev. Also Yakuboyev, 25 minutes on the clock, so I think it's his last chance. So he's gonna think for another 10 minutes here at least, because it's just a last chance. If you don't find something here with the white pieces, and you're just gonna lose, or maybe there's some perpetual check, but only if Yesipenko wants to give the perpetual check. Otherwise, you just lose with the white pieces. So Yakuboyev has to find something to play on. It looks extremely bad. Knight on d2 cannot be moved. Knight on f3 cannot be moved. Queen e2 coming next. Knight takes b2 followed by c3 coming next. Unbelievably bad position. This is a horrible position for white, and absolutely no pressure on the black king. In case of knight to g5, we got this g6, so it's over. It's completely over, in my opinion. Yakuboyev is losing the last 2 matches of the World Cup. First, he lost the match to qualify for the final, and now he's losing the second match, which costs him the spot in the candidates. Yeah. Somebody has to lose. What to do? It is a World Cup and knockout tournament. Of course, the stakes are super high. It's not about the money or the prizes. It's much more about the 3 spots for the candidates tournament. It's a dream of every chess player to play for the world crown, to try to become world champion. So the candidates tournament way more important than win some money or something else. So it looks like Yesipenko, is joining the candidates lineup. Well, congrats to Andrei. There is nothing else that I can add. I don't see any chances for white to be back in this game. I think it is just over. So I see in the chat, Queen h3, is it a defense? Yes, Queen h3 is a defense, but the problem is that the white pieces are still so poorly placed. And for example, we have this knight f2 now. After knight f2, queen. Where to go with the queen? Queen g2. And we take just on d2, and we have this bishop on b7. So white cannot take on d2 because there is bishop takes g2. So queen h3, yeah, it could be a defense, just it's too late. It's just too late. The position is too bad. Knight f2 is coming next, and as well, for example, if knight f2 would not work, then we always have the option of taking on b2 still would be enough. Knight is under pressure, so here we have the move c3. So it's just a very, very bad position, horrible position. And we have the move g4 played. Wow, g4. Can you imagine what is going on here? What is the move g4? What is this? It looks like we have some kind of Sicilian structure, and white is attacking in the Sicilian defense, but usually in Sicilian we have the white king on c1, so the king is protected. Now, after g4, the king on h2 is completely alone and open. I think Yesipenko is just smiling. It makes him smile to see the move like g4, because there is nothing else that you can feel by seeing something like the move g4. This is desperation pure, because wow, you have king on h2 and you go h4 g4. This is funny, but of course for Yakuboyev it's just sad. Yes, let's see what Yesipenko is going to play next. We can take the pawn on f4. We can as well play the move knight f2. It's looking very powerful. There is rook takes d2 coming next. No idea if white actually has any kind of defense against rook takes d2, the next move. So maybe knight f2 just wins the game. Of course, black can take the pawn on f4, can take with a knight the pawn on f4, can include the move g6, also looking very nice, because the only move by white is to put the queen on g5. I mean, what a queen. Not so many options. Okay, queen f6 also possible, but still no threats. So g6 is looking good. Knight f2 is looking very good in my opinion. Knight takes f4 is possible, but then there is nothing also. So we can even take on f4 with a knight. Rook takes d2 is the next move. Is there a defense against rook takes d2? Maybe there is no defense, so it's game over immediately. Queen e2 is a threat, and take rook takes d2 is a threat. So yeah, this is just over. This is over. Zero chances. But interesting. What's interesting is what Yesipenko is going to play next. Is he going for knight to f2? Is he going for knight takes f4? What else? What else do we have? How we can win the position in the safest way possible? I think these two moves are just too good not to make them. I mean, when you have easy win, why to go for something else? So I guess yeah. I guess knight f4 is even looking better than anything else, because queen e2 is a deadly threat, plus the rook takes d2 is a deadly threat, so it's enough to win the game. There is no reason to search for something better. Knight takes f4 and over. And in case of knight takes f2, is there a defense for white? Because we want to do still the same. Rook takes on d2, still a deadly threat. And of course we have like bishop takes f3, bishop c8, attacking the queen, then getting the pawn on g4. So as well, this of course is enough to win the game, but how to defend from all of that with the white pieces? I don't think there's a way. So, or we're gonna see the move knight takes f4, or we're gonna see the move knight f2. In my opinion, both moves are basically finishing the suffering of white. What Yesipenko is going to play, I don't know, because both is just looking too good. I don't know. My personal would be knight f4, because somehow it feels good to take the pawn, and rook takes d2 seems to be unavoidable. So yeah, even if something bad happens, you still want the pawn, so it's equal pawns. Even if by some miracle white is not gonna get mated, the position of black would be still better. So I don't see a defense here. I think it's just over. By the way, in case you like educational chess content, please subscribe. It would be nice if you subscribe. Give us a like with Georgi. Tonight we're gonna stream some more, and we're gonna do some endgames tonight. So in case you like endgames, in case you enjoy us, just join us. We will start approximately 7 p.m. Middle European time. It's gonna be some interesting endgames. Okay, so we have to wait for the next move of Yesipenko. My prediction is a move knight takes f4. In case you have some predictions, please write them in the chat. Would be interesting to see what actually will happen next. Till we are waiting, let's play another blitz game, because this game is as well not very exciting any longer, because simply it is a completely lost position. So we are facing some candidate master. Well, yeah, this is not a real title, because candidate master before did not exist. This title is not like you are having a real title, but okay, a little title. I think d4 was theory, was a very bad position for black, if I remember correctly, but not 100% sure if I remember correctly, but let's see. I think, yeah, it was like that. Then taking, and I forgot how to play here with the white pieces, because this was just a nasty position for black. I don't remember. Maybe something like f3, or I just don't remember. Let's see if f3 is making some sense or not. Also, we have a very fast playing guy. Okay, d5 is looking to be not the best. Now we have the beautiful bishop here, and also bishop e2 is now so good. I don't know, should I play queen to d2, or I don't think it plays a big role actually, so let's go queen to d2. Doesn't change much. Okay, sure, castle. He wants to go long castle, or no, he doesn't. No idea what he wants. So let's play the move like queen to g5. All we need to do is to slowly get out with the bishop. I could have taken as well on f6, it was looking good, but why not to put queen to g5? Feels like a good position for the queen. King on e8 in a desperate situation. Long castle, wow. Can you see that? Okay, so what now? We just want to mate. This is unbelievable play by my opponent. Well, what to say? I don't know what to say. So let's go bishop e3 just to mate the guy with a move d5 next. Yeah, horrible play. Horrible play by black. Makes no sense, because of course you can fight, but why to blitz out the moves so fast and then you're just having a lost position a couple of moves later? I would prefer rather to think a little bit longer and play some decent chess, because it makes more fun, and also you're just learning by playing a little bit slower, to introducing some ideas of yours. Like this, you can learn to play chess by banging out the moves which are completely random. Yeah, this is a bad strategy. As well, you can see on the top level, the guys never do that. So they're very careful in the first 15-20 moves, because if you get a bad position, then yeah, you might just not get out. So it's better to be careful first, and then you see what happens. Okay, so we have queen e7 been played. What is the idea of the move? Don't know. I honestly don't know. So let's go with the move d5, because I believe it's just a mate. No, it's not a mate. How is it possible? Because I think it's just over. Let's calculate. Can we play like this? And this is a checkmate, no? I think it's just a checkmate. Let's double check if we are correct. I think we are. So, he wants to play c6 and continue a little bit, but also bishop c6 is a mate. Let's go like that, because if I go bishop a6, king a8, queen b5, there is c6. Yes, of course, it's completely winning for white, but it's not like immediately a checkmate, because I believe that this is like immediately game over. I don't see how to survive here. Wow. Okay, so what is that? Okay, we're gonna take, and this is called chess. Okay. Let's go knight to b5. So This position is absolutely disgusting. What a disgusting position if case you are playing with the black pieces. Look at that. It's like horrible. Okay, let's take, and I don't know, let's play move like bishop f4. Take a look at something like that. This is absolutely horrible. So I don't know, should I take it or should I give just check and bring the last piece into the game with a checkmate? So let's give a check. Let's play rook e3. My opponent is still fighting, so yes, his fighting spirit is unbroken. He literally does not care about pieces or anything else. He wants to win against me on time. Okay, what to do? Is it over or still not? Let's see. Yes, he resigns. So even too much for Joe Assad. But yeah, this was a tough game for black. Sorry, let's go to broadcast. Let's see if we have something. Knight to c1. Wow, Yesipenko, the wizard. I mean, way to play a move like knight c1. Of course it wins, but way to do that. This is already a little bit humiliation from Yesipenko because, okay, you have so many easy options like knight takes f4, knight f2, and knight to c1 been played. There is no reason for it. Of course it wins because it's just too good. We take the knight on d2. Knight cannot take it because we're gonna play queen takes and then queen g2 mate next. King g3, and after king to g3 we can choose just to play a rook to d3, or I think queen g2, queen e2 still wins. Queen g2 is the next, and this is a checkmate. So yes, it wins. Of course it wins. Knight to c1, but yeah, way to play it. Knight f2, knight f4, but knight c1. A beautiful end of a very nice game by Yesipenko. I guess now Yakoboev should just resign. I don't think there is a way to even try to play on. Maybe Yakoboev will manage to, I don't know, play 2-3 moves longer, but knight on d2 is hanging. The knight cannot be protected. In case of knight takes c4, there's a check. Rook hanging. Knight on f3 is under attack. Knight c4 as well, as this is just game over. Complete game over. Knight c1, yeah. Beautiful end of a nice match. I think he plays for the spectators. A little bit of a show by Yesipenko with the move knight to c1. Knight d2 is falling, and with it the chances of Yakoboev to be back in the match. So that's it. Yakoboev lost yesterday. Today he tried to play some tricky opening, but got very quickly into very bad position with the white pieces. And yeah, here we have the end of the game. I think the game is just over. So that's it. Yeah, hello everyone in the chat. In case you have some questions, please don't be shy. Write your questions in the chat. I will be happy to answer them. Let's refresh. No, knight c1. Yakoboev is still thinking, what can I do next? But I don't think there anything that can be done next. So yes, it looks like game over. By the way, in case you like our chess educational content, because Georgi and me will stream educational chess content, please subscribe, give us a like, it would help a lot. We are in the very beginning, so very few people know that we are streaming. Thank you for that. And again, we hope to make you a better chess player. So this is why we are doing the educational chess material. In the evening, we will be streaming some endgames. Please join us. We start approximately 7 p.m. Middle European time, so German time, 7 p.m. Join us. We're gonna be showing some endgames. Yesterday we did positional games, actually very, very nice positional chess games in case you have some time and you have the wish to learn something more about chess, about great games, about chess understanding. Just watch our yesterday's live stream. Very, very beautiful games by the top GMs, so a lot to learn from. I've been learning so much from this kind of games myself, and still learning when you're watching a beautiful game where just you see the new ideas, you discover how to play here, what is a plan, what I should do, what I should do not. Just so useful. So yes. Okay, Yakuboyev, I guess, is gonna resign now. There is already too little to play with. Yesipenko still 23 minutes on the clock, so a lot of time for Yesipenko. Yakuboyev 16 minutes, but that's it. That's it. There is nothing left to watch in this game. We can still wait, of course, for the next moves, but instead of waiting, let me play a blitz game and then we come back to see the last moves of the game, because otherwise we just keep on waiting and it's quite boring just to wait. So we have some French defense. The current opponent's name, WWW68, so quite a strong name. B6, yes, some people play the move B6. It's okay to play B6, nothing wrong with a B6 move. It looks quite bad to play B6, but it's not so bad. So very playable. Let's go with the move Queen to G4, King F8. Oh, to have the king on F8, not so sure. And here we go with the idea Rook H3, Rook to F3, quite typical as well. We might be able to put the Rook on G3 in case we need to. Maybe I should have pushed A4, but I never know if I should play A4 here or not, because the position is in any case so good. But let's get the bishop eventually to A3, even though, again, I'm not like 100% sure that I should do it. I'm doing so well in other case. Okay, so time to develop the knight. Where should we put the knight? I think H3 looks pretty decent, so we might be able to get to F4. Now just Queen F4 or Knight F4. Let's go Queen, because we go G4 next. Very, very dangerous position for black. As you can see, so difficult now to defend even from the move G4. So how to defend the F7 pawn next? Difficult. Black is under big pressure. He does not care about the move G4. Okay, so we're gonna play it. And Rook to D3 or Rook G3, both is looking like game over. So what should I play? Maybe just a safe... almost blundered Knight G2. Wow, this would be very bad to blunder Queen in 1. This would be very, very bad. Okay, I should focus a little bit more, because almost blundered Queen in 1 would be terrible news to do that. Let's go back to get like Knight F4, because I saw G5 is winning, but there is Knight F5. So this is not so easy. I was not sure if I can take or not. Let's play safe. Let's play safe, not to blunder Queen. This would be horrible to blunder Queen in 1. Ay. Okay. How we do with the time? We have still some time. Knight F4 first. I thought maybe also possible to threat to play this Rook H3. How he escapes if I play Rook H3? Is there something that I miss again, or... Okay, I don't see. I don't see how to defend except the move Queen to D8. Yes, he has to play, but now the Queen is really not in a great shape there. So let's get King to... No, but I need to get the Bishop also here. How should I regroup? Maybe I should regroup like this. Can I regroup like that? But something is going very bad. I don't know. I played not well. I should have been doing much better than this. Okay, still probably a good position, but I could have done much better. Okay, let's see. Let's see if it's still enough, or I have missed most of the advantage. Let's go F3 with the idea get the king to G3. It would be game over if I get the king to G3, because G5 is forced. I'm gonna take it. Okay, and what black should play now. Okay, so king to g3. I get the knight to f6, I guess, no? I can also go f4, so what should I do here? I think it should be enough to win the game. So I have to be a little careful because my bishop is so bad, but let's go with the move f4 probably. But the bishop is, of course, what a piece. Why I put it so badly? Why my bishop is so poor? I don't know what to play here. Okay, let's go queen d3. How to do something here? I don't know. I don't know how to improve this position. What is this? I don't see a solution to improve it. Probably. Okay, let me take, but this is already very, very unclear. Maybe it's just bad for white now. Yeah, bad because the bishop is still stuck. My play, very poor today. Very, very poor play. h5, good play by the guy. So he is completely crushing me. Don't know what to do. Let's go here, but this is just a lost position probably. Yeah, this is like completely lost. Okay, I have to fight. There is nothing else left. But objectively speaking, it's just game over. Completely lost position for white. My only little hope is to eventually somehow trick the guy, but objectively speaking, yeah, completely done. Good game by my opponent. Oh, I have also missed that. Now we win on time, but yeah, blunder also rook. Okay, very, very poor game. Very bad game. Let's go back to the broadcast. What do we have? Yes, Yesipenko wins. Yesipenko wins, so as we saw it, take, queen to e2, and game is over. So, Yesipenko wins the game. Very, very nice. Congrats to Andrei. Huge achievement. Yesipenko is in the candidates. 2-0 versus Yakuboyev. Very impressive game. Very, very good play. Solid play. I don't know what else to say. Congrats. Congrats. Knight c1. Spectacular move. And it is game over, yeah. Very, very nice play. But of course, can you imagine what white been doing here? Just take a look. h4. Rook b1 also brings like nothing. Then g4. How do you like the move g4? Real desperation. h4, g4. Yeah. And beautiful finish of the game of the move knight to c1. So very, very nice play by Yesipenko, who takes the last spot in the candidates. Now tomorrow we're gonna see a big tie break for the first place in the World Cup between VE and Sindarov. It's gonna be a very interesting tie break. My favorite is obviously VE. I like the way he plays, very safe, controls a lot of things, tactically super sharp, but as well Sindarov is very good in tactics. It's gonna be an interesting tie break. Definitely something very exciting to watch. Big emotions. On the other hand, both players have qualified to the candidates, so maybe actually the fight for the third place is more tough, because yeah, first place or second place in the World Cup, it doesn't matter that much. Of course, still you want to win, but you are already qualified for the candidates, so it's only a question of the money now. Good. So what we do next is maybe let me play 3 more games, and then I'm gonna end the current stream. Georgi and me, we're gonna be back tonight. In case you have some time, then join us. Okay, so we are playing once again against the unrated player. Untitled player. Rating is 2710, so the rating is actually quite good of the opponent. No title. What could it mean? No title. Sometimes I guess it means just playing incognito and sometimes it means just not good enough to have the title. Let's see what we have currently. Very, very decent play currently by the player who is, I don't know who it is, but plays for the moment good chess. Nothing wrong with the play, so we might be facing actually quite a decent player here. Knight g3 feels a bit strange, but because I might be able to stabilize. Can I take with the queen and then the pawn is hanging? How to defend the pawn? If I can take with the queen, it's huge, of course. He gives me the pawn on b2. No, this is probably not a strong player, because strong player would never give the pawn. It feels like, yeah, you have some attack, but usually you should not give the pawns like that. Okay, now we have to defend from the mating threats. So let's develop a piece and let's hope to get this rook d8, rook d4. So this is not a GM that we are playing. It might be some decent player, but usually you don't give a pawn on b2 because it doesn't feel like there's a decisive attack. So knight h5, wow. What is the idea of this move? I don't see any threat, so let me just bring another piece to the game. Or there is a threat, because I just don't see it. Okay, no idea what is the threat. Next, let's take some more pawns, in case we can. If white has nothing, black is just completely winning. That's why usually white should never give a pawn on b2. Doesn't feel right to do that. Black is very solid. As we know, this is this king's Indian bishop. Till bishop is alive, there are not that I mean, the threats of white usually should be able to cover them. Of course, still tricky. Yeah, there are some tricks, but if I manage to avoid the tricks, position is just winning. Let's see. Next move, rook d4 or the move c4. Both is looking very nice. Now also the opponent is thinking for very, very long time. This is a bit strange because in the beginning he was playing just so fast, and now long time, long thoughts. Well, all right. It feels like almost a classical game because he's thinking for so long. Maybe disconnection, but I don't think so. Still, no moves. Okay, so we keep on waiting. I hope that I am connected. Knight f4. Okay, bishop f5, followed by the move c4. So let's play something very, very logical. c4, because it's good to have the move c4. cd is coming. He's not afraid of the move cd. I don't get it. This is something very, very strange, because now obviously it's completely winning. I think we can just take the pawn on a2. 2 pawns up for black. Okay. This game is over, except I will blunder something big, but even blundering something big might be not enough for white. So let me take some more material, and how can we finish the game on the spot? I don't see how to finish the game immediately, so let's play something safe like b5, rook a1. Okay, let me take the rook, play f6. The guy is so fast, as you can see. Yeah, he's incredibly fast, but it will not help here. Let's give a check just for fun, because just funny. Just to enjoy. Okay, let's change the queens. Yeah. He's banging the moves like there is no tomorrow. Very interesting. Very interesting. Not way to play in such a position. What's the sense of that? Okay, just a rook up. This is just a self-humiliation in my opinion, because why to do that? Why to play in such a position? It makes no sense, and yeah, just feels ugly. So Also, this guy feels like super strange. Let's block the guy because it makes no sense to play this kind of people. Okay, next game. This time, title player, excellent. So we play against International Master. This is nice because the game is probably going to be much better from the quality point of view. International Master is already a very good player. So we can expect an interesting game. I think this is still theory if I'm remembering correctly. I might be wrong. I'm not sure. It feels to be quite normal. Let's go knight b4 to change the bishops. I think it's not really needed, but it feels alright to change the bishops. And here we have to think. We can go long castle or we can try to attack. I think to go long castle feels like pretty decent. The next move is going to be f5. Maybe I should have played f5 immediately, but again, these are so small things. Hard to say what is better. He gives us the pawn on f2. This is strange because why he does it, I don't know. So let me take it. Takes. How this can be good for white? I don't think it is good for white. We should be doing well with the black pieces. So I can take and it's gonna be alright, but yeah, maybe just take, more easy. The question is, can I get a much better position here? Because little better, yeah, it should be little better. But of course, it would be great to have more than little better here, but maybe it's difficult. Seems like little better is all we can have here. Let's go with the move queen e6, defending, queen e5 coming next. Interesting if white can have some pressure on the king on c8, but I don't think so, because how to get to the king? Very difficult to get to the king, so I guess, yeah, it should be more or less equal, maybe some small edge for black, because we're pawn up, but the pawns are not too well, so should be approximately equal. Okay, he wants to get to the f6 pawn, so we are gonna defend the pawn on f6 as well, bringing the rook to the game. A rook to d3. This is weird. I don't like this move so much. It doesn't feel like it is the right play for white. Okay, let's get a rook to e8. So it's important again not to miss some tactical idea, because there are some tactical tricks here everywhere. But it seems like to be okay for the current moment. Let's go with the move d4 maybe, no? Because why not to play d4? Or why not to play queen e4? Because he wants to give me a check, but okay, let's go maybe king to b8 just to be sure, because I want to go like this. Just I need to decide what is the moment to play queen to e4. Is it the moment now, or should I move the bishop first? Or maybe move the bishop. Where to move the bishop? No. I spoke again too much. I should have played better, speak less. Okay, let's go queen e4. Takes, yeah, now it's like completely equal. And let's go bishop b6, because the bishop is better than the knight. My structure is not so good, but I'm doing very, very well with the bishop. Rook to d1. I can change, it's also okay, but why to change, or should I change? I think I should change, because I can never be worse in this position, so it can be only better for black. Now this move, for example, is looking, c4 is not a good move by my opponent, because now it's getting tricky. If I get the king to g3, ooh, he lets me go to g3. What is this? Now you see he plays with a knight down, but why he does it? This is looking super bad, because I go f4 and then f3 and then just game over. Okay. Yes, but this is just complete game over. Okay, so I was very surprised by my opponent, because wait to play something like that makes no sense. And I guess we should be running. and the pawn goes. The pawn goes. Now we stop. Now we promote. And that's it. Okay, still fighting. No. Okay, more or less a decent game, but could have been better because I think I had a good position, but then I played quite poorly. And the endgame been, of course, approximately equal because bishop is just in general better than the knight when it comes to play on both sides. Maybe my opponent thought that he's doing well with a knight, but this is strange. Okay, so we are facing now a FIDE Master. That's nice, at least. It's a little chess title. FIDE Master is the first big title that you can get in chess before getting International Master, so quite a good title. E takes d5. This is one of the moves, and I don't remember what was the play here. I think knight to b3 in the theory, but not 100% sure. I think I have played in this position. Just I don't remember, but I think I have played this. The idea that we try to get to the c5 pawn, c4. Wow, he's giving up on the square d4. Usually black should not do that, because if you give up on the square d4, then yeah, now knight f5, for example, is very strong. This is obviously better for white, so black should avoid that. Rook e8. I think we have rook e7, and it is game over now, because we take. Now queen g4 is coming next. Yes, he just resigns. All right. Okay, we have played 3 games. Let's play the very last, because this was like a too fast game. Too fast. The last game, then we will be back with Georgi in the evening. In case you like the educational chess streams that we are having, please subscribe, give us a like, tell your friends. We try to make you a better chess player. Good. So we are playing against non-title player. So unbelievable speed by the guy once again. Have you seen how fast he has played the move queen to d3? I mean, like instantly. Amazing. This is a really fast player. Let's see if he is a good player, but he is a very fast player. So knight goes, and let's do something weird like h5, h4, just to see the reaction of our opponent. So he takes. Okay, and what now? h4. Okay, so let's go bishop e7 with the threat of playing g5. For the moment, he plays a good game. Also a4. I mean, quite a good guy. Plays nice chess and also extremely fast. Look at how fast he is. This is incredible. How to be so fast. I wish I could be so fast. So f5. Now we have like this kind of wall to break for white. Okay, let's go queen d7 just to be safe. And maybe let's go bishop d6. It's an interesting position. I'm not sure how to evaluate such positions. They are pretty strange. Not a usual setup, as you can see. He lets us take. Okay, quite a decent game for the moment. He's playing way stronger than his elo. Quite a good play by our opponent. What can we do here? So let's go like rook b7 maybe, so we see this kind of positional shuffle from both sides. I want to get somewhere b4, but at the moment I cannot, and I have to be careful on the a file, so I need to be very, very careful with the black pieces here. It's not so easy. So let's go g6, because he wanted for sure to grab the pawn on h5. Knight to e1, but he plays very well. I mean, like very, very well. Very strong player. A bit strange, because usually a bit low rating for that, but let's see. Maybe we're facing a genius. b4, let's see. Let's see what happens next. Okay, so we're gonna take, and we're gonna put the rooks to the free file. Now we have to be careful not to lose something, so let's go like queen e8. Very weird position. No idea who is doing better. It's like everything is closed. And King H2 also very nice prophylactical play by the guy. I mean, he's super good. Good guy. No idea who it is, but playing very well. So, where to go now? We have to do something, so let me play with the idea of getting f3. I'm not so convinced, but maybe also not a bad move. So quite a good opponent, playing very, very well. Good chess. Good chess by the guy, and also super fast. So how can he be so fast? Also pawn is hanging. Like, now I have to be very careful. Many things are hanging. Where to put the queen? No idea where to put the queen. b5 or... Okay, I don't like the queen here. I hope to get some play, because slowly I have to do something. But the guy is just amazing. Bishop f1 also. Very, very good play by the guy. Just, I don't know how he does it, but he plays extremely well. Ah, now I blundered exchange. Okay, this was bad. Now I'm gonna lose, most probably because I missed completely. But he also missed the rook to b2. Okay, so we both missed something. Rook e1. Okay, so can I play like knight c4? Okay, now it's a winning position for black. Just I need to be very, very fast here. So let's take. Let's go. Where to go? Where to go? Where to go? Knight e3. Okay, because we're gonna win the rook now. But question is, am I fast enough with the mouse? Because position is obviously winning. Yeah, position is a complete game over. Just I need to be fast enough. Look at the poor rooks. No moves to go with the rooks. The pawns are running. The pawns are running, and as well so check, check. Check, check. This was bad. This was very, very bad, because he's gonna bang now over time. Okay, what to do? What to do? Completely winning position, but yeah, the usual problem, I'm way too slow. So for some fast player, I think it would be too easy to win it, but for me, just in time, by the way, to capture the last pawn to make a draw. So, okay, that's it for today's stream. In case you like, please subscribe, please give us a like, share that Georgi and me, we do now some educational live streams. I hope you enjoyed the comments. I hope as well it makes you a little bit better chess player, because we try to explain you how we see the chess game. All comments are without an engine. With an engine, it's not the same, in my opinion. So that's it. That's it for now. We will be back in the evening. Thank you very much for watching. Again, I hope you learned some new things, and yeah, I hope it's pleasant. Thank you very much. Eventually see you tonight. Thank you and bye.